Okay.
Don't be shy to ask because that's how we work. You ask question and you get better.
Yeah.
We're not guaranteeing it get worse. Alright, I would like to introduce first this Avery and Thu that are joining of this workshop. They're working for East Agile, so I'll let them to do a little bit of introduction. And this is Mr. Pham, and he's the CTO of East Agile. So maybe I want to invite Mr. Pham for a short talk about a little bit of introduction about East Agile and Ruby on Rails, and then I will let Thu and we introduce this one. So, hi everyone, my name is Pham. So I'm from East Agile. East Agile, we have been here in Vietnam for 6 years, and we work mostly on web technology and now more with mobile. And for web technology, we do Ruby on Rails, and we are also building a Python team as well. So today we're going to talk to you a bit about some Ruby on Rails stuff. Basic one, because I don't think we have much time to go deep into details. But yeah, we will introduce you a bit about the beauty of Ruby and Ruby on Rails. Yeah, I think it's just something about a company, and if you want to learn more, just ask me. I don't want to advertise too much for the company. Yeah, so let's start.
Yeah, here's our company website. You want to check out it's agile.com. And yeah, you can see our technologies, our clients, and our teams. If you want to contact us for anything or even apply for a job, we are always welcome you.
You know Eric? Huh? You know Eric Hosset? Eric, yeah. Eric is with ex-lecturer of RMIT. And we worked with him before. So, if you want, feel free.
We always hire people that can work no matter where they come from.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are logged in, you will
open the terminal.
yeah. You can try to open the terminal here. It's the application, and you may want to turn on our text editor as well as the plan text too. It's just start so that we don't waste time later. So there's nothing difficult now. Okay, so if you have done that, we are ready to start.
Okay, just a short introduction about us. So we are project director coming here to talk about Ruby on Rails, and he has 5 years of experience in Ruby on Rails, and I have 3 years of experience in Ruby on Rails. I was previously a student of RMIT University also, and I also hold a certificate of participation in the Singapore Mathematical Olympiad in 2006. So, I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so let's start our lesson. So, the definition of Ruby is an open source programming language. Its syntax is very natural to read and easy to use to write, and it focuses mostly on simplicity and productivity. Rails take advantage of the strength of Ruby very well. I can do later on you will get familiar with the Ruby syntax when we come into the practice session. So let's move on to the Rails. Rails definition. Rails is an open source web application development framework written in the Ruby language, and it uses MVC design pattern. Okay. In Rails we write less but publish more because it help the programmer. It help to achieve the programmer's happiness and sustainable productivity. It does this by favoring convention over configuration. So what is favoring convention over configuration? Because in Rails it's assumed about what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it. So instead of asking you to specify every little thing through endless configuration, just like what you do in Java and other languages, so Rails just help you to generate automatically those configuration files. And that's one of the Rails philosophy. This is the convention over configuration. The first one is don't repeat yourself, and this is simple. Repeating the same code over and over again is not good. It's not good thing. We learn about reusability and things like that in programming. I know that for most of you who study in RMIT, you use Java as your main language. So if you want to know more about the similarities and differences between Java and Ruby, this link will help. We can talk about the advantages of Ruby on Rails. First, it's fast to develop. From my experience, usually one feature in Java I can make it like a day before Ruby on Rails, just 1 or 2 hours can work. Easy to learn. Well, with 4-hour lesson today, you can learn how to build a simple Ruby on Rails website, and easy to maintain, just suitable for Agile development as well. Talking a little bit about Agile development. The first one is extreme programming. So extreme programming basically it focuses on the satisfaction of our customer. It focuses on the teamwork. Actually, you can imagine extreme programming is like a solve puzzle. So in video, this is make no sense, but when you combine them together, a complete picture can be seen. That's why in this session we ask you to do pair programming, so you'll find advantages later. About Scrum, we do Scrum in Agile. So for every week, we have iteration call to plan about the things that we need to do before the next iteration call and discuss with our client to get the requirement. I think most of you learn about Scrum theory in the programming software programming tool. And move on to test-driven development. Okay, there's a sentence says this. If it's work building, it's work testing. If it's not work testing, then why are you wasting your time working on it? So test-driven development is a combination of test-first development and refactoring. So test-first development is like before you write your code, you have to write your test first. The reason why you have to write your test first is to make sure first your code is written to satisfy your customer requirement, not satisfy your requirement. Secondly, it makes you stay sharp on the predefined design you make for that feature. And after you write, make sure that your code is written to pass your predefined test. Then you have to refactor your code to make it up to a certain level of acceptance standard. So behavior-driven development.
Okay, behavior-driven development is a higher level of test-driven development. So usually you write code and you test it, and the test is used to verify if the code works correctly or not. But behavior-driven development is not about testing your code. It's about if your code is doing the right job or not. So basically we describe what the application will do, what the code will do, and then we make the code to pass that specification. So it might be very difficult to understand without practice first. So I think it's practice time.
Alright. So after this, I think before we go to practicing, there are a number of terms here. If you're not clear, I think you can stop and ask for questions. Make sure that we clarify all of things here first before we move, right? So here we have some terms like Agile methodology. Then are you very clear? If you're not, then have a look and try to raise questions. Okay.
Yeah.
If we speak it too fast, then just stop us and ask again.
And remember that all of these points are very simple, and you might think there's nothing new about it, but over the years I have been working, those are the most important things. You need to remember the fundamentals of programming before you can make things complicated. Because I have seen code from some of the top developers in the world, and it's not like C that is so complicated to understand. Ruby code is actually very easy to understand and very simple. But combining many simple things, you can make something very good and complicated.
So, like for example, for MVC pattern, I know the IT student, you guys work for that for years, so I have no problem. But how about the other students or the people, maybe BIS student, if you're not clear about MVC, you can raise questions, okay? Make sure that you know things about that before we move on. BIS student, you guys clear about MVC? Yeah? You know BIS.
You only need to know what it is. You don't need to understand
You don't need to understand, but you need to know the idea about what it is first, okay?
And Ruby language is very close to human language, so don't worry about that. When you get into the practice time, you learn more.
Okay. So everybody here don't know human language?
Okay. This is my favorite part, practice time. I learned Ruby in less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
If you are questioning that. The first thing I do is to make a test app. So if you have VMware, turn on your VMware and go into your console, your terminal. We start practicing now. So please don't get lost, although it's very simple.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can you increase the size of the phone?
Okay.
Is it enough? Okay.
Yeah. So this is the root of the terminal. First, we want to make a folder to store all our work today. We have some new members here. Thach and Chang, the both senior developer in our company. Chang is single and available as well. If you are wondering.
I'm single also.
Okay, so first step, we want a place to store all our work today, so let's create a folder. MKDear. Let's go with workshop. Let's go into the folder we just created, CD workshop. So we will create a Rails application. We already installed Ruby and Rails on all of the virtual machine. We don't want to go through that process of showing you how to do that. You can Google it. We have Google for pretty much everything, so don't worry. So the syntax is we do Rails new, let's call it test app. The name doesn't really matter, and we can let it run.
Rails new.
And this is probably the most important step when you do software development. You start a server. We do Rails S to start a server.
It's okay. So then the application that we have just created, and then type in Rails S. Rails S stands for Rails server.
Just type Rails S. It's short and simple. And you will see your server booting up. So now it's time to see how the server looks. We go into the browser and just find localhost 3000 because our server started on port 3000 and welcome abroad.
These are the commands that you
Okay, localhost and the port number is 3000. So this is where they will be host of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can share that with
The port is 3000.
Yeah, so right, usually at this point I give myself an applause because I just make it working, and you should love yourself when you make something working, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so since we already got the website up and running, just me, this is a real website. You have everything from database running and framework running, and we got HTML and stuff. Yes, we do. This is the first step. The next step is to figure out what will our website do. So the important thing, what do you think the important thing that the web developer should do? Is it coding the application or maintaining it or improving it? Because for me the most important thing that every web developer must do and must know how to do is to figure out what is your website going to do. So for that purpose, today we will make something simple that helps us into that decision process. We'll make a system that we can enter a question and then everyone can vote on an answer. So we know what to do, right? And for the next few minutes, please talk to your pair or your partner and think a bit for the system that I had just say. What is its model?
Survey website is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of.
They're going to have some sort of question.
Yeah, kind of.
They're going to have some sort of Boolean answer.
Yeah. So discuss with your pair, your partner, that what models you might need and how are they related to each other. Just because there is no Ruby or Rails at this point, it's purely logic. Okay. Let's get real then. Up to now we haven't done any coding or anything touching the code yet. So it's time to start that. First go to your text editor. Today we use Sublime.
You see the S icon on the left panel.
You can see that in the left panel. The only reason we use this editor is because it's free and it's lightweight, so it doesn't really matter what editor you use. You can use whatever you like.
Okay, so guys, pay attention please. So we suggest that you use Sublime Text as an editor. You can use whatever editor you want to, but this is the one he prefers because it's free. And it's light.
Yeah, light and very fast.
Okay,
So let's open the folder that we created.
yeah.
It should be in RMIT, workshop, and then Thach. And see, this is the basic structure of the Rails application. Okay, next step, we will need to prepare something for our code. Either you use PHP or Java or something like that. We have plugin and bundle stuff like that. In Rails we have Gem5. So if you open your Gem5, it should be visible on the tree. You will see that it has a lot of gem. Yeah. Gems are like plugins or predefined packages that add in your coding development process. You don't need to use them, but it's highly encouraged that you use them.
Because we can reuse the ideas that people already did on it. We do not have to reinvent the wheel.
Yes, so for now, this part you don't need to understand why we are using them. You just need to know that they are there for us to use, because the idea of why we are using them is pretty high level and I don't understand them myself, so no need for you to understand now.
Just basically this is like external libraries that we want to use in our app.
So first for a website we need user, right? Every website needs user. If you don't need user, then why make a website at all? So we will need something to authenticate the user, have the user log in and log out and stuff like that. And we call that authentication. And we have a gem called device that help us do that. So just put device in your gem file. Since we don't have any more specific needs for development right now, that should be the only gem for development we need. But we have talked earlier that we are doing test-driven development, so we need something else to help us do testing. So we create a new group called test. We want to put this gem on both group of test and development because we will need to run them on the command line. So I put two groups there.
So basically in RMIT there are three environments: test environment, development environment, and the production environment. So these changes are only essential for the test and development environment.
Yeah, and please do the semicolon here. It indicates a symbol. So this is a Ruby symbol that it can be interpreted and understood by the machine. If you type it without the semicolon, then it will be broken. So
See you guys so far? Can you catch up with this? Yeah? If I clap of the hands up, please interrupt, okay?
yeah. Remember, if you don't understand anything, just ask question.
Yeah, just raise your hand.
So for now we will use
Yes.
again
It's right.
group means that we use that in that environment only. For example, here we say group test and development, then in those gems will be only in the test and development environment. They are not in the production environment.
So just an example, for example, we have a chain called debugger. You know debug in Java, right? So that debugger chain is only available for the test because we don't need that on the production environment.
Okay, so for helping on testing and coding, we use debugger, and to just say we also need to use something called as background. We also need to do factory warehouse.
Yeah. Factory warehouse is this one use the factory button, design button, to generate the test data, and our step is to help us to test in our app.
Okay, so the logic in factory warehouse, okay? Be careful with the not part.
So when you are done typing, go into your terminal. You Control Shift T to open a new tab.
I just on
use Control Shift T to open a new tab, and because we still need to keep the server running on one tab, and we will do the work on another tab. Okay, so on the new terminal, just run bundle, and it will install all the gems that you just added in the gem file.
Okay.
Just run bundle. And we will see it run. And this one we cannot control or do anything, right? Just watch it run.
So you can see that all the gem that we specified before, the debugger or factory goods here, they are installed, right? They be installed.
It's not installed.
So as I was saying, we need to develop a website so that we can create, we can vote on answer for a question. So basically, we need the vote model and question model and answer model, because that's the most three basic thing that we need to create such a system. So first, let's create the question model, the user comment VSG model.
G stands for generate.
You can use generate, same thing. I like shorthand because shorter. Generate model question. Don't enter yet. Yeah, because we're gonna need to add some attributes into the question. So basically, the question only need one attribute, the content of the question, what you are asking, and the type of it. We keep the question short, so this should be a string. If you think we need anything else for the question, tell me, because I don't know.
Otherwise,
Okay.
just enter.
Okay, then when we enter, then you will see Rails will generate many things for you. It's the beauty of Rails, it do so many things for you that you don't need to do anything. First, this is the migration file. This when this one run, it will change your database. In this case, it will create a new database table for this model, because every model must have a database table. This is the model files that we will put our code into, and aspect is for testing. This is the test file, and this is what we call the fixture file, or in this case the factory. From here we will create our test data instead of manually create them. This is the mechanism to add up, so that we can test more effectively and we can do it easier. So we will do something similar for the other two models with Rails G model answer.
Well, I heard a question that someone asking why is factory girl, not factory boy, right? So a girl is usually sophisticated and beautiful as I am. That's why she will help you to create test data.
I don't know about that definition. Don't question me. Anyway, the name factory girls come from the company that they created this game they call Boss, and somehow they had a picture of a girl working in a factory when they created this game, so they named it Factory Girl. There's no deep story here. Anyway, back to the model, we create our second model, answer. The answer should belong to a person, so we need to have a person ID. If you had learned something about databases, this is the foreign key that lies in the foreign table to reference to the parent model. And now the answer should have is content too, so we have contain a string as well.
So the answer have attribute, so the person that is integer any string.
Yeah. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much for answer, and we will generate it. And you see something similar again, there's do a lot of things for us. Sometimes it's do too much as well, more than you need it. Okay, then to the third model, we will need the vote model, so user can vote on the answer. So we do the model vote, and then we think a bit as well. As I say, vote model belongs to an answer. Its vote must be voted on an answer, so we have answer ID here. And vote must belong to a user, or else we don't know who voted us, so we have user ID as well. Yes?
You are not famous.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, beautiful lady has to do.
Chặn cái nào quan trọng chứ được.
Okay, so vote has answer ID and user ID, and yeah, I think that's it. We don't need to know anything else about the vote. Just the vote will be on some answer and belong to some user, then we generate it. Well, okay, after you generate the field model, you might see that something is still missing from our models. The most important one, the user model. We haven't created the user model yet, and well, there's a reason for that. If you check in the gem file again, you will see we have device for authentication, and we need to add that in creating the user and handle all the heavy duty of authentication for us. So a device has some magic generator, but first we need to install it. We do LG device install. Sorry, wrong command. Yeah. So if you have make a mistake, don't worry. You can remove them easily. LD model install, and it will delete the mistake. Okay. Okay. So, don't worry. We can pretty much fix everything. So if the command fails you, just go directly into the folder and delete it. See? Yeah. Mistake happens, and it will happen in your developer life. You will never expect anything to be perfect because we are human and we are not perfect. Okay, let's clear the mistake. Okay, let me check to see if there are some things still lingering. We need to delete all the mistake here, all the mistake here. Okay. Good enough. So
Everybody has a mistake and you need to delete that mistake, right?
yeah.
Have you finished the delete? And you guys missed deleting yet? Okay.
Okay, so let's try again. Revg device install. Okay. One mistake again. I don't know. I don't know. Let me check the mistake. Uninitialize constant install. Let's check. Okay, there's still one file remaining, so we need to delete this file as well. Yeah, I just demonstrate to you how sneaky a mistake can be. It could be in all over the place, even in the place you don't expect it to be. And it's just an honest mistake. I just miss a character, and you see all the thing that. Okay. Let's see. Alright, here's it. Well, we remove this one. Okay, then clear the mistake and we try again. Oh, no mistake this time. So can you try the command here and see the result? If you see an error, that means some of the mistakes still lingering in the code, and we need to clean that up. And it's an error, and this is a mistake.
Yeah, you should delete the first slide here, so device file install, something like that. Delete it. This slide, delete this slide and you'll be fine.
So if you look back to the device installed in generated program, you see that it will create a model, it create a test, it will create an output, and that might
Yep. So everyone successfully run the command right? You will see that it created two files for us. You can take a click at those files. At this point of time, you don't need to understand why they are there. They're just there to make things work. You can take a pic here in the config initializer folder. You see a device.rb, and there's a lot of stuff there. And you will not be using like 90% of them. For now, 100% that you won't use any of them. But you might take a pic and see the lines that are not commented out. And they're pretty easy to understand, but we don't need to change anything because that's the beauty of God. They do everything for us. Okay. And that's all for the generation. Now back to business. We still need a user model, and we haven't done anything to generate it yet. So let's generate the user model, and we use device to add up into generate that user model. LC device user, it will generate the user according to the device standard. And lots of stuff. At this point of time, you might be curious to see what they have done for us. So yeah, let's just take a peek. We see the user model here. It has something pre-written already, and you might understand some of the term, you might not understand the other, but it doesn't matter. It's just done. So now you can see the user model has email, password, and so have you taken a look at the user model yet? Okay. Let me check this one a bit. Okay. So we have everything generated. You can check in your other models as well, and you can already see some of the things that was already generated for us. You can also check the migration file to see how it is created. The syntax might be not familiar to you, but the meaning should be pretty obvious. It's very close to human language. Like create table, name, do something, and fill in the columns, stuff like that. And then we will actually generate those models into the database. We run rec dbs my rec. Rec is the command line command for running Ruby command in the REST environment. Okay. Here is the command.
That's the db column migrate.
It's just a name of something we can call it. Magic something still the same. Well, let's not forget that we are doing PDD, so we need a database to do our testing as well. So here's the command to generate a test database for us so that we don't destroy our database that we do for development.
If you download the command when you run the test, you will say that there is no power. So please pay attention to that command.
Yeah, so we run create db test prompt to prepare the test database for us. It's pretty simple up till now.
Last somewhere else. I think you can in the remote you can change the angle.
Okay. Previously, I had forgotten one thing that helped us to do the testing. So let's modify our gem file and add this gem.
Okay, modify the gem file, please. Add another line. That all gem shall the measure. I don't know what it is.
It's solder match. Yeah, just please don't question me about the name because I don't make these names. And for testing. So when you add the gem, you can then bundle again in the command line.
You can say gem file and the bundle again to install the new gem.
Yeah. Everyone got the name right? Just one bundle. Okay. Okay, so after we have done installing everything, we can start coding now. So remember our requirement. We need the verb to be on an answer, and the answer must belong to a person. The verbs belong to a user as well. It's kind of complicated, right? Who can remember all those things? Okay. So that's why we do TDD. The main purpose of TDD is that to help reduce all the documentation that you need for the requirements. In TDD, the point of test is not to test if your code is correct or not. Your code should be correct. If not, you should not write it. The point of test in TDD is to help you remember the requirement. The test is to describe the requirements, and if your test pass, that means your code is actually doing what it's meant to do, and then it's actually implement the requirement that you are assigned. So with that in mind, let's start testing first, and let's start with something simple. Like say, as you can see here, the verb has the foreign key to answer and user. So they should belong to an answer and a user. So let's go into our test folder, is a spec folder here, and go into the vote spec in the model. You can see something that is already generated there. There you can remove the line in the middle. Just keep the describe vote do and there's something that I need to explain here. This one requires spec helper is a requirement. This you need to be in all of your files, so just put it there and don't have question. Describe is a keyword. Describe means describing something, describing how it works. In our case, describe means the requirements are what we are testing. Here describe vote means we are testing the vote class, and the requirements here is that we should know that it belongs to a user and it belongs to an answer. So let's try some test. It should belong to user. The syntax might be a little odd for those who are not familiar with Ruby, but generally you can understand what it says that. Yeah. Ruby is scripting language, everything is evaluated on runtime, so it's procedural. And yeah, that's our first test, and it does its job perfectly. So that we can try it. Yeah, do everything. Go back to your terminal and let's try to test. Model vote spec. We run the aspect command to run the test. And yeah, let's just run it. Oh, there we go. Okay, here another thing that I forgot is honest mistake because I forgot everything all the time. I even forgot my wife's birthday. Don't worry. We need to run another thing. Release aspect install, because we have an install aspect yet. We just put the gem there, and it will create like something called. And as usual, we don't need to question why it is there. We just need to know that it is there and for us to use.
So that's the spec helper is in the header of the
file, right? That's the file.
Yeah. So previously we forget the spec helper in the file. We haven't installed it, so it's called cause error.
Because we define that file here and we haven't installed it, so it's an error. So let's try the test command again. Overall, pretty soft. Just aspect and the path to the file. And run it. Now spec is in place. Okay, so here you see an error. As expected, when there is an error, there must be something wrong. Don't panic, because if you see an error, that means you can fix it. The real issue that you don't see an error, but it's still wrong. Yeah. So here you see undefined method belongs to blah 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 something. That means we put the method wrong. That's just wrong name. The correct one is this. So go back to your vote spec file and just remove one of the underscore here. Just remove an underscore here. We have it extra underscore and it's wrong syntax. But it should be like this. And it's the syntax.
Long two still has an underscore?
Yeah, because it still has this underscore.
So why?
Preference, you can use whatever you want. Okay, so if you have fixed the command, try to run the test again. Try to run the test again. You will see another error, and that is to be expected. Have everyone failed yet? If you don't fail, then maybe you are better than me. Yeah, this is to be expected because so far we haven't written any code for the test that we passed. We just destroy the requirement. So everyone try to run the test command again.
This is something that we expect to have because we haven't written it in the code.
Yeah.
That means this error may not be correct.
Yeah. Like so, don't panic when you see error. Because if you can see an error here, that means you can fix it.
This is what test-driven development is. Make your test fair first and then write your code to pass your test.
So everyone fail it yet? Okay, right?
Yeah, you will be correcting yourself.
Yeah. If you pass and I don't know what are you doing. Okay. So we have a simple test, or should I say a simple requirement. A vote should belong to a user, and then we add code to accommodate that requirement. We go into the vote model, and we will declare the relationship. It should be belongs to user. My S, because voice is third form something in this grammar, it should have the S. It belongs to something, it has the S.
This is to specify the relationship between the vote table and the user table.
So here the subject is the vote and it belongs to user. And if you have changed that line, try to run the test again. And if you haven't noticed it, I'm doing this on purpose and making you run the test again and again and again and again, because that is what you do in TDD. And this time, no failure, and that is also to be expected. Okay, so everyone, have you passed your first step yet? This is very important step that you pass the first step, because people say that the first step is always the most difficult step, and if you pass it, nothing else difficult. I'm serious. Okay, so if you have passed the first test, then we have another test. So vote, not only it should belong to a user, it should also belong to an answer. And as you add this line into your step file, try to run the test again. If you run the test again, you will see it with 2 samples and 1 failure. And I hope at this point you know what to do.
Okay guys, so if you run the test again, you will have 1 failure, right? And this thing, you should know what's going wrong, right? We have the similar model previously, and I think you know what we should do now.
Yeah. So if your test fail because it does not have an association to an answer yet, you can add another belongs to answer as we have described in our requirement. So everyone, can you try the second test yet? This one. So here you see the most simple case of TDD. We write a test code and it describes requirements, and then we write a code to accommodate that requirement. The test is also there so that in future when someone come in and take your code and change something, they know what went wrong. For example, the future may come in and say, why should the code belong to an answer? I delete this. The test will fail. And then the future may will look into the text and say, okay, the requirement is that the word belongs to an answer, so I cannot remove that line of code because this is the requirement. Keep this in mind if you are going to follow TDD. Every line of code you write out must be described in the test somewhere, because the test reflects the requirement and you should only code to satisfy the requirement. If you code to do something that is not in the requirement, not only you're wasting your time, you are also wasting the customer money, and I am not sure they like that. Okay, that's it for the both spec. We don't need anything for now. So let's go to the user, because here the first thing, it belongs to a user. Yeah, this is a user model. It has something pre-written for us. We don't need to change anything. So let's do some testing. Again, some very familiar scene. The difference is that instead of what we had user, as you see, vote belongs to a user. That means a user can have many votes. Votes can be everywhere, but a user can have many votes. So we write it should have many votes. Okay. This is the first test for the user model. And it's also a requirement. It's kind of some extraction of previous requirement. It's that the vote belongs to a user. Now a user has many votes. And yeah, if you haven't guessed it, Try to run the test again. Okay. Add this line in the user spec and try to run the test again. And it will fall. If it doesn't fall, then we have problem. Okay, simple enough. We haven't created any code, so that of course it failed. And we add the code to make the test run. User should has many work. My dash. So if you are happy with this, add in the code, try to run the test again. And you will be hearing a lot more about that. Yes. If you have added this line, the test should be passing. Yep. And run for the test user requirement. Similarly, you guys can add the test and the relationship for the answer model.
Okay, so can I ask you guys to do this for the answer model, right?
Yeah.
You have done for user and host already.
Yeah.
So you can now specify the requirement for answer and run test. Make sure that you have done correctly the answer model.
We will get there.
After this.
Okay, if you have done with the answer step, then the only model left is a question, and it should be obvious that what we should do. A question will have many answers, and an answer will belong to a question. And remember, you need to ask the test for that first as well. Yeah.
Alright, so make sure that you have the answer and question done. So, which group haven't had it done yet? Hands up or not? Otherwise, we're going to move to the next step. You guys are done with question and answer? What? Not yet? Alright, so we'll move on to the next step. So pretty much we finished with our model.
Yeah, pretty much. Now we have little time before lunch, and usually you think that in this little time we cannot do anything, but this is not the case for Ruby on Rails. With just a few minutes left, we can create some UI.
Okay, front end.
Yeah, and that's what we all love, guys. Less boring than back-end stuff. So Rails, like many other frameworks, has this is the core that drive the Rails app, the Rails file. This in this file you will define that which URL goes into which part of our application, and whatever you do, you need to look into the Rails file first if you are taking in the Rails app, because we need to know that what the user, how the user interact with your application is all in the Rails file. And let's open the Rails file. We need to define something basic first. When the user type in your web address, for example localhost 3000, we want to show something other than this static file. So Rails has something called root. This is the basic syntax. Root means your root URL, and two is just a marker. Home index is the function it will call. We have not created that function yet, but we'll just put it there. We call it home index because home is what all of us like, just common. Root is the syntax function. Yeah, keyword. This is the function. This is not URL. This is the function. So since the home index is not there, we need to create. Now this is interesting. We need to create a controller, because this is the controller and this is the function inside the controller that respond to the routing. So let's do it the manual way. I like generator, but sometimes I also like to do it manually, so we can all remember a syntax. Create a new file in the controllers folder, and we will call this class home controller. We inherit from the application controller. And we save it with the name home controller.ab. Don't worry, I will do that again.
To have some meta package for Ruby, like LAN server.
Yeah, but we are not using Ubuntu for server. This development will push that onto some deployment platform later. Now this basic block, you need to know what to do with your code first, then we can use some auto-generated tool later. Here is something important that you need to remember. Rails favor convention over configuration, so the names of the file must be correct or it won't run. Simple as that. If you name something right, it will run, and if you name something wrong, it won't run. So if your class name is home controller, your file name must be like this. If you remove the underscore, it won't run. If you change the name, it won't run. Simple as that.
Okay, that's the name convention, right? The dash in between two names. So is it the capital indicated now? Yes.
And you might wonder what this is. If you have noticed it, the file is right here. Just above your home controller is the application controller. This is the basic of the basic that all REST application have. All the controller inherit from this application controller. This is all the helper method, all the library, everything loaded in this application controller.
Okay, it's the object in Java, right?
Yeah.
Inherit from object.
Just like that.
Is the less than
This specifies the inheritance.
inheritance.
So the main application controller inherits from the root of application root of the REST framework. It's called action controller base. These are the class name. Don't pay much attention to why it's named that way. You just need to know that it provides so many methods that you will use later. But for now, just assume it is a syntax that you need to put it that way. Now it's this is the next file syntax. It's a home controller. Okay, so this is our first controller, and as we define in the browser, we need index method. So that index and our first method in the home controller.
Alright, then we need to define our index method using that keyword and then end for the block name.
And at this point it's pretty much a runnable method that we will see. But since we are doing TDD, let's add some test first.
Okay.
So let's go back to the spec folder. We don't have the controller folder here, so let's add the folder for controller. My.ds here. Yep, add the controllers folder inside the spec folder. And if you remember the naming convention in the model, the controller is pretty much the same. Create a new file in the controller, and we will call it home controller spec.avi. You need to put this line on the top of the file. Okay. So if you don't know what to put next, you might check all the specs that we had. Yeah. You see, describe something, do and we do exactly the same for the controller spec. Describe home controller, do and. So this file will be the description of the home controller, what it does and what function does what we expect from our controller. And so we only have one method in the home controller right now. So let's just test that method. Describe index do. You can pretty much put anything here, just but I want to keep it like that. It's just like an unspoken rule. Okay. So what does index do? We don't know yet, right? So this one, let's put it respond successfully. Okay, if it is error, then we would do something wrong. And also remember, this is the text. You can put pretty much anything here. You can put ABC or something like that. But the text here is so that you and other person who come in and read this test, you understand what the test does or understand what the requirement requires us to do. So if we put it in plain English, you can see the home controller, inside the home controller, the index method should respond successfully. That's the requirement. And this is the syntax to type it: get index and respond. We expect response to be success. There is a method. It means that the response is successful. It accepts the response code to be 200 OK, HTML OK. So this is the basic test, and now you run the test. Don't worry. So remember, because favor convention a lot, so you need to know where to put the files in and how to name them correctly. If you put the file in wrong place and you name them wrongly, then it will not run. That's pretty much the only thing you need to remember how to run browser. So have you tried running this test yet? Yes, so far. Of course. If it doesn't fail, then we have problem. Of course, yes. We expect this to fail because we haven't written anything to make it pass yet. Okay, that's correct. The correct error should look something like this. You're mixing some templates. You're missing some templates for the controller to render. Of course, because we haven't write anything, so we are mixing it. So, let's start writing view then. We don't have anything in the view except the layer of the edge. Since I have talked about this many times, there's favor, convention, or configuration. We need to know how to name things and where to put them. So in the views folder, create a folder named home. And in that folder home, we create a view named index.html.erb. The HTML part you pretty much understand, but ERB is a templating language for Ruby. There are many templating languages for Ruby, but we will start with the basic first. So in views home index.html.erb. Yeah. So in the view file here, just put something very simple. For example, hello world. This lunchtime. Yeah. And we run the test again. And it starts. See, the file is here.
This is how when you run the test again, it passed. If you fail, that means you fail.
You can only enjoy your lunch if everything fast. Alright? This is just a text. You can put anything in there. You may even leave it empty, so that's what it is. Try to run the test again now. So how's your test now? Is it passing yet?
Passing yet.
Right, okay, so now it's the time to see the result of your work. First we remove one of the extra files that will generate for us. Like I said before, generate a lot of things and sometimes generate more than needed. Remove this one. Public, in the public folder there is a file called index.html. Remove that file.
In the public program, we should see the index.html, which will generate of this project. And this is not necessary because we have another indexing already. So we do that part first.
And we can try to refresh your browser. First we need to restart our server because we have been doing a lot of things on our server doesn't know it yet. Restart server, yeah. Restart server. Go back into the terminal that your server is running on. Control C to terminate the server and the rest to start again. Okay, then you can refresh your browser and see. Hello, long time. And we will do more when we come back. Actually, this slide is only a simple page, but I have demonstrated to you so many techniques that you can use. And if you want to do more, just think a bit, because this opens many possibilities for you. You have a web page running, you can put pretty much any content onto the page. You have the controller, you have the model, you know the process now. Everything else is up to you now. Right? Very good. That's why we need more factors. We have a lot of factors this afternoon.